Eagle basketball on KEJL Humble City Hobbs, K263AZ Hobbs, Eagle 100.5. Hobbs Lady Eagle Hoops is proudly brought to you by Lee County State Bank, Thriftway and La Tienda Grocery Stores, NMR Pipeline, Eunice Pump and Supply, Forest Tire Company, Lasco Construction, and Robinson and Associates Real Estate. Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball also proudly brought to you by The Model, SunGuard, Hydrotech Services, Hobbs Rental, Devon Energy, Hobbs Express, Coffee House, and the First American Bank of Hobbs. Now, let's take you live to the arena. It's Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel, the Eagle 100.5 Facebook page, HobbsAmerica.com, and right here on your official radio home for Hobbs Lady Eagle Sports, Eagle 100.5.
Welcome into Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 from the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. I'm Dawn Morgan with your Lady Eagles game today. Hobbs is playing for third place against Sandia. This is actually the game that most people thought would be the championship game coming in. The two teams that would be matched up against each other for all the marbles. As it's worked out, though, this is going to be the third place game. Hobbs falling last night in a thriller, 57-54 to La Cueva. And Sandia losing to Volcano Vista, and that was a bit of an upset. But here we are, and Hobbs Lady Eagles against Sandia Lady Matadors, as the Lady Matadors come in ranked third overall in New Mexico 5A. Your number 2 team, at least at this point, is Farmington. And Sandia is 12-1 on the year. Their only loss coming to Volcano Vista, landing them here in the third place game this afternoon at Highland High School in Albuquerque. And the games yesterday were played here at Highland. At least the Hobbs girls played here. And the other semifinal game last night after the Hobbs girls were, and now the finals for the boys and girls have been here today. And later on this evening, it will be La Cueva versus Volcano Vista in that championship game at 6 o'clock here at Highland. But first of all, we are here paying tribute to our Lady Eagles. They won the first 2 games in this tournament. They defeated West Mesa on Tuesday night in the opening game for them. They defeated Cleveland 80-37 on Wednesday. Thursday was a day off, and then, of course, last night falling in that thriller. It was an exciting game. Hobbs led the whole game up until they got into that fourth quarter, and a couple minutes into it, La Cueva just changed the complexion of that game and ended up taking it away from the Hobbs Lady Eagles. But sometimes a loss like this coming later in the season, but before their district starts, can serve to refocus and rededicate, your commitment and intensity to the game individually and as a team. So sometimes a loss, and it's not so costly. The Hobbs girls have such a good record. They're ranked number 1 in New Mexico 5A. They won their holiday tournament, their own tournament. I know that was one of their goals. And they certainly wanted to win this tournament coming into it. But if they have to have a loss, mid-season, this is a time to do it. And then get refocused, rededicated, and make that push through district. And, of course, ultimately, they're the reigning New Mexico champs in 5A, and they want to return to that championship game of the state tournament. So they have goals. They're not deterred. They're maybe even more dedicated toward their goals than ever before. And we expect a good one today because Sandia, of course, as the number 3 5A team in the state under head coach Lee Kettig, they're going to give the Lady Eagles a good run for their money. And the Lady Eagles want to come out victorious. And we are here to watch this game, and hopefully that is the turnout. After today, the Hobbs girls don't play again until next Friday. They come back up this way. They're going to play Farmington, but luckily we don't have to travel all the way to Farmington. We will stop at Moriarty, and that's roughly a halfway point for Farmington and Hobbs. So we'll be at Moriarty High School this next Friday, the 19th, at 6:30. That game time a little earlier than normal, 6:30 p.m. And we'll be back up here for that and have that game for you on Hobbs America and Eagle 100.5. And next up for Sandia after today, they're going to play Cibola on Friday the 19th as well. So let's take a couple of minutes break, and we'll come back. I'm going to run down the rosters for both teams and tell you who the starting five will be. And then, of course, we'll have another break for our national anthem and introduction. And then back to tip this one off. So our Hobbs Lady Eagles, we're proud of them, and they are playing for third place in this tournament. Not the game they wanted to be in, but they will take what they've got and make the best of it, and they want to win this one and at least come away with third out of this Albuquerque Metro Tournament. It's been a big 5-day tournament. Today is the final day. This is the last game, and we'll have that for you coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
Welcome back to the Albuquerque Metro Tournament at Highland High School in Albuquerque for the third place game in this girls bracket of the Metro Tournament. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you for listening to Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. As we have had this whole tournament, no video allowed, as Albuquerque decided to contract with a video provider that wants to charge people to watch this game. And We don't do that. We don't ever partner with anybody. We don't charge, and we don't sign up. We have to follow the restrictions and the rules, and they won't let us video even if we wanted to. So we don't have the video, but we do have the audio for you. We'll have the score bug. I'll keep that at the top of the screen, and you'll be able to see our sponsors and the banner on the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much. We also know and are aware of the fact that some of the parents, some people, I won't say parents, some people following Hobbs up here have found a way to put video up on different social media and other applications, other apps, and we can't tell you to watch those, but I will tell you that they're out there. If you find them and you watch and you listen to us, then hey, that's fine by me. We can't tell you to do that, but I'm certainly not going to tell you not to do that. And we are just a few minutes away from getting this third place game, Hobbs versus Sandia, tipped off. Now, I will tell you that the boys' side of the bracket, the Hobbs boys played this morning at 10 o'clock against Hope Christian, and man, was that ever a thriller. They ended up losing. The Hobbs boys lost by 5 points in overtime, though, 77-72. So the Hobbs boys falling, but fighting, and I'm sure that they've had good lessons through their games in this tournament and good stuff to take back home again and use to sharpen up for district and for hopefully, state playoffs and tournament. So thank you very much. Our Ty friend and Ron Gunner had the call on the boys' games up here, all 4 of those from the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. There were lots of teams in the tournament on both sides of the bracket, and these games were scattered out in different places. Hobbs played at West Mesa Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then they played here at Highland last night and today. And this one's going to get tipped off here in just a couple of minutes. Quickly, let me run down your roster. Sandia Lady Matadors, number 3 is Chloe Brown, a sophomore. 5 is Kaya Benali, an 8th grader. 10 is Malia Meadowcroft, a senior. 11 is Olivia Montano, a senior. 13 is Hope Giddings, a junior. Number 14 is Audrey Wright, a junior. 22 is Emily Bustos, a junior. Number 23 is Taya Baker, who is a sophomore. 24 is Sydney Benali, a junior. Number 33 is Nadia Randall, a junior. And 35, Jolie Felix, who is a junior. And 42, Mariah Migliore, who is a junior. Your Sandia Lady Matadors 12-1 on the season, ranked number 3 in New Mexico 5A under head coach Lee Keddick. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles, number 4, Madison Cepeda. Number 10, Kylie Cano. Number 12, Aliana Armitage. Number 14, Brett Clay. Number 15, Nakaya Mojica. 20 is Ren Hargrove. 22, Kendall Cunningham. 24, Carolina Seiss. 33, Caitlin Manise. Number 30, Nevaeh Navarro. Number 55, Katie Godwin. And number 23, Jayla David is here. She suited up. She incurred an injury in the Tuesday night game against West Mesa. She is, as coach said night before last, she is day-to-day. She had a bad tailbone bruise. She took a hard fall with hard contact with another player, with the ball and the floor, and we just send her best wishes and prayers for a speedy recovery. Hobbs girls, they're a deep team, but they do miss a player like Jayla David. Certainly missed if she's not on the floor with them. But next girl up, and the Hobbs and the team has to move on and go on. Your starters for tonight, well, we will actually, let's take a break. We're just about to do the national anthem and then the introduction of the starters. So we'll take a break and come back in just a couple of minutes and have the tip-off to this one, your third-place game at the Albuquerque Metro Tournament, Lady Eagle Basketball, on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Highland High School for the third place game in the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. Hobbs girls versus Sandia Lady Matadors. And we're just about to get this one tipped off. Your starters for Sandia will be number 3, Chloe Brown, number 13, Hope Giddings, number 14, Audrey Wright, number 24, Sydney Benali, number 33, Nadia Randall. Starters for Hobbs will be number 12, Eliana Armitage, 14, Brett Clay, 15, Nakai Mojica, 20, Brent Hargrove, and 22, Kendall Cunningham. And it's worth noting on Sandia, they're not a one-person team, but their leading scorer and leader in most of the stats is Sydney Benali, number 24. She's leading in points per game, 21, field goal percentage, 57%, rebounds, almost 7 per game, and steals, almost 4 per game. And Audrey Wright leads in blocks at almost 1 per game. So, of course, Benali is going to be, Hobbs is going to have to really target her. I'm sure they know that. This is this team, no stranger to Hobbs, but Hobbs looks like they're ready in a huddle right now. And they, at this tournament, they have only been announcing these starters, not the whole teams. So that's interesting, but not unusual again either. So getting ready to tip it off, as Hobbs girls are going to have all their firepower. They can't afford to let up. They are going to have to come in, try to dominate the pace. That wasn't the problem last night. LaQueva was able to keep up with Hobbs with the pace and play at roughly the same speed and pace that Hobbs normally plays. But Hobbs was more aggressive, but they paid for it by fouling more and or getting called for fouls. Let me put it that way. And Hobbs ended up, they didn't have very many turnovers at the beginning of the game, but toward the end they did. They weren't rebounding as well, and they were turning over the ball a little too much. But this is a brand new game, and we're ready to tip it off. Kendall Cunningham in center, and there's a fight for the tip-off. It ends up being controlled by Nakaya Mojica. She's just going to drive through the lane and loses the ball, but Clay picks it up, hands it to Cunningham, then back to Clay, top of the arc. She's looking for room. Sandia doing a good job keeping Hobbs out of the paint. Man-to-man coverage. Hargrove's now got it midcourt, works over to the left, signaling, calling for the O, gives it to Mojica. Mojica from the left corner tries a three-point shot, won't fall, and Clay with the rebound, her second, and tries the putback, but does not make it, ends up turning the ball over to Sandia. So no score on the board yet. Sandia's got it. They inbound. They give it to 24, Benali. She brings it down. Passes all the way across to Giddings. Giddings back to center, now back to Benali. She drives in. A little 20-foot jumper. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Mojica's got it. Nice one. She passes to Clay underneath the board. She kicks it out. Back to Mojica. Mojica tries a shot. Won't fall. But I think it was Clay, either Clay or Armitage with the rebound. Put back doesn't fall. Mojica, and then from the right, outside the right arc, pops the tray, and Hobbs is on the board 3-0. So 3-0, 6:50 left to play in the first. Coming down is number 24, Benali. Oh, Benali passes into the lane, but no room. Hobbs' tight defense right there in that low post position keeps Wright from taking it. But now they work the ball around the outside of the arc and put up a shot from right in front of, and it won't fall. And Cunningham with the rebound to put back, brings it down the court, leaves it off, gives it to Armitage. Armitage drives the lane, puts up a layup. It doesn't fall. Not finishing layups. It cost the Lady Eagles last night And Benali takes the ball, brings it down coast to coast, up and in from the right side. And Benali with her first 2 points makes it 3-2 now. Hobbs with the ball. Mojica's got it on the right wing, drives around to the left, leaves it off for Clay. Clay now drives across the lane and from the right side puts up a shot. It goes over the basket into the hands of Brown. Her first rebound. They give it to Benali. Benali drives in, puts up a shot from the right side, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and 33 has it. And then she gives it out to number 13, Giddings, and she pops the tray from the outside top of the arc. Makes it 5-3 now in favor of Sandia. They give it to Hargrove. Hargrove from the right wing stops and pops a tray of her own. She had 4 threes in the game last night. Now Benali coming the other way. 6-5. Lady Eagles with a 1-point lead. And that is Randall with the ball. Passing around the outside of the arc. They get it to Benali on the left wing. She puts up a shot. An attempted three-pointer won't fall. Goes out of bounds right at the Hobbs bench. So that is going to be a turnover. So 1 turnover apiece now for the team. Hobbs inbounds from right in front of their bench. Cepeda in the game for the first time. Gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove near midcourt. Bounces. Gets it over to Clay on the left side. Into Cepeda. Cepeda back to Hargrove. Top of the key. Getting worked on by Benali. Drives the lane in from the left. A nice little alley-oop shot. Oh, it does not fall. And again, that's going to be, is that Benali? No, that is number 14, Wright, with her first rebound. They get it to Benali. It won't go. She gets her own rebound, and the putback is good. So she's got 4 points in the game. And now it's 7-6. Coming the other way, Clay's got it left side, leaves it off for Mojica. Mojica gives it to Cepeda. She drives the baseline and puts up a little shot from the left side, and it's good. Madison Cepeda with 2 points. Makes it 8-7 now. Lady Eagles back to a 1-point lead. 4:08 left to play in the first. They inbound, get it out to, Hargrove steals it away. And Hargrove gives it to Cepeda in the right corner. She tries a three-point shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound as it's going out of bounds. Mojica tries to save it, but she can't get to it in time. And it's going to be Sandia basketball. And like 5 new players coming in for Sandia. Hargrove comes out, and Size comes in for Hobbs. Manice, Cepeda, Clay, Size, and Cunningham on the floor for Hobbs. Lady Matadors bring it down the court. They give it to their number 11, and Olivia Montano, pops a 3 from the right wing. Up and in using the backboard. Makes it 10-8. Hobbs coming down the other direction. Cunningham, top of the key, gets it to Clay in the left corner. She drives into the paint, then pulls out, then gives it to Manice. Manice at the top of the arc in 3-point range. She pops one. She had 4 trays in last night's game as well. Makes it 11-10. We've got a tight one here. Lady Eagles up by 1. But it's a seesaw affair. Sandia works the ball down. Bounce pass in the lane. A turnaround jumper by Bustos is good. She's in the books, and 2 points. Makes it 13-11. No, hello. They gave that basket on the scoreboard to the wrong team. And it should be, that's interesting. I think that they've got the scoreboard wrong. And they've got the scoreboard wrong. They're showing it 15-10. And with the Eagles leading, while we like that, even Coach Carpenter says, guys, you've got the score wrong. And so they've stopped to adjust the score. And in the meantime, they did call a foul on Benali, her first. She fouled Clay, and I was busy watching the scoreboard and the officials right as that happened. So Clay got fouled by Benali and will go to the line as they try to work this out. I think I'm waiting to see how they shake it out, because I think it should be 13-12 Hobbs. I think that it should be 13-12 Hobbs lead, I'm pretty sure. But now that, yep, there they go. Okay, yes, that's exactly. And I think that's right. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I adjusted my score, and they've done that the same here. So I adjusted the score bug. Everything's right. Everything's good. Yeah, they had it all fouled up. They had 15-10, the score. All right, now we're playing ball, and Clay, yes, sinks it. So Clay makes it 14-12. So she got 3 the old-fashioned way. Back to play. 2:52 left to play in this first quarter. Benali with the ball, cross the timeline, passes it off, then gets it right back. She's getting worked on by Cepeda. So now she pulls up. Benali pulls up, tries a three-point shot from the left wing. Fight, it doesn't go. It's in and out. Fight for the rebound, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Hobbs basketball. So it'll be Size to inbound, get it to Hargrove. 2:35 left on the clock in this first quarter. Eagles leading 14-12. This is going to be a tight game today. Team making the fewest mistakes wins. Hargrove kicks it to Manise. Manise leaves it off to Hargrove. That had been Cunningham, to Manise. Oh, and the ball up. Oh, Cunningham luckily saves it. Oh, and then it's still loose on the ball, and it bounces out. And the Lady Matadors have it. They're number 5 going up. Kaya Benali for a shot, and it ends up getting blocked out. And I think that was just a clean block. Cepeda blocked it out, sent it out of bounds. Last touch by Hobbs. Armitage, Clay, and Mojica coming in. Size, Muniz, and Cepeda coming out. So we have our starting 5 on the floor for Hobbs now. They inbound, get it to Benali. She puts up a jumper right away, won't fall. And Hargrove with the rebound. That's an important one. They all count. I tell you what, Hobbs has got to grab every rebound they can, especially offensive rebounds. And as Hargrove goes down, it puts up a little jumper. It doesn't fall. They call a foul on Sandia. Let's see who they call that on. They're number 5. That's Kaya Benali. Her first. It's on the floor. Mojica inbounds to Cunningham. Cunningham gets it to Clay. Clay, turnaround jumper, won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound and the putback. Good shot. So now Hobbs up 16-12. Hobbs needs to go ahead and stretch it out, force another turnover, make some points off the turnover, start stretching it out against Sandia. And Benali, that's Kaya, drives the lane all the way through traffic, puts it up and in from the right. She's got 2 points, makes it 16-14. Now Mojica coming down the other way. She drives in, and from the left, going to put up a layup. It doesn't fall, but she gets fouled in the process. And let's see. She was in the act of shooting, and they're going to call that one on Kaya Benali. That's her second foul. So Mojica will go to the line. She's got a tray in the game. Her first one up and no good. So a miss, but a chance to make this one. She bounces, eyes it, skies it, and buries it. So 1 for 2 at the line, makes it 17-14. Hobbs up. 1:23 left to play in this first quarter against a very, very capable Sandia team. With the Lady Eagles, they've got some skills themselves. Benali brings it down, drives in, then gives it off to Benali. Air ball, but they pass it to Montano, and she, from the left corner, buries her second tray of the game. Gotta put somebody on her. Hobbs coming down the other way. There's a shot up. No good. Mojica brings down the rebound. Gives it to Armitage. She drives the lane, and despite heavy traffic and probably getting fouled underneath the basket, she puts it up and in for her first 2 points. Makes it 19-17. And they're going to call a foul on the... It was a fight on the inbound. Armitage very tight on her, and she's famous for very tight defense. got a little carried away. Got called for the foul. That's just her first one, and it was on the floor. They inbound, get it to Benali. That's Sydney Benali. She drives in, drives the lane, and she just stumbles and the ball ends up going out of bounds. But they're going to say that I guess the ball was off of Hobbs. And so they inbound, Benali inbounds, and they're going to try to be tricky, and they bounce it off a player, but instead of coming right back to Benali underneath the basket so she can put up an easy layup, it goes out of bounds again. But they're going to say it bounced off of a Hobbs player after it bounced off of Sandia. So Benali looking to inbound. She does to Benali. Now Benali's going to drive in, kick it out to their number 11, and from the right corner, she tries to put up a three. It won't fall. Their number 42, Miliori, in the game for the first time, and it goes off of her legs out of bounds, and it'll be Hobbs basketball. Mojica inbounds to Hargrove. Hargrove better watch it out. Benali's coming up from behind her, and she does. She loses the ball, but corralling it, getting it back is Clay. Clay gives it back to Hargrove. Hargrove tries a three-point shot, won't fall. And Mojica with the rebound and the putback. Now she passes it out and around the arc, and off of an assist from Hargrove, Mojica puts it up and in. And as the buzzer sounds, it is 21-17. Hobbs with a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Highland High School in Albuquerque. It's the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. Hobbs girls want to win this third-place game and come home with a 16-2 record and continue to sharpen up for the district part of their season. And in that, at the end of the first quarter, your score is 21-17. Hobbs leading, but Sandia right behind him in a fast-paced first quarter. Both teams playing similar style basketball. And Hobbs leading so far by 4 points. They inbound from midcourt, give it to Hargrove. Hargrove to Clay, to Mojica outside the left arc. Back to Clay, top of the arc. She moves over to the left, leaves it off for Hargrove. Sandia doing a good job of keeping it out of the paint. Now Hargrove moves in, spin bounce to Cunningham. She puts up a shot, won't fall. Armitage with the rebound, and then a put back, and it won't fall. And now it's Benali bringing it down the court in the lane for Sandia. She loses the handle on it and picks up the dribble, but Clay gets a hand on it, forces a jump ball, but the arrow goes the way of Sandia. So it'll be Sydney Benali to inbound to their number 33. That is Randall right in front of the basket for a quick give and go. And now 21-19. Hobbs has got it. Dribbling outside the arc. That's Armitage. Drives in. Then kicks it out to Clay. Clay from three-point range. Pops the tray. Was her foot on the line? Nope, it is a three. 24-19 with Clay. She's got 6 points in the game. And here comes Giddings bringing it down. Oh, and Hargrove steals the ball and then gets tripped. I mean, literally losing her footing. I'm guessing that she didn't throw her body across trying to trip her, but Wright lost her footing and ended up tripping Hargrove, and the ball goes out of bounds. So they are going to call Wright on the foul. It's on the floor. Hobbs inbounds. They get it out to Armitage. Armitage leaves it off for Mojica. Mojica drives the lane, puts it up, and not in, but Cunningham with the rebound. Trying for the putback. They don't call a jump ball. They struggled for like 5 minutes over that and ends up losing it. The refs don't call a foul, don't call it. And it's Sydney Benali who ends up with it and brings it down across the timeline. Now pulls out center court, leaves it off for Wright. Wright drives in, puts up a shot, won't fall. Cunningham finally gets that and clear. That should have been either a foul or a jump ball at the other end, but turns out to not matter as Sandia couldn't make a shot. And Hobbs with the ball, they are passing outside the arc, and one of the Sandia girls ends up on the floor, and are they going to call that? They are going to call that on Eliana Armitage, and that shot that was up does not count. So second foul on Armitage, and give the ball to Sandia. Quick, fast break down the court. They give it to 22. Bustos tries to put up a shot, won't fall. Mojica takes it away from her, brings it down, gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham from three-point range, it won't fall. And Sandia with the rebound. Giddings again. Giddings leaves it off for Wright. Wright brings it down, worked on by Hargrove. Bounce pass in the lane to Randall. A nifty little move, and they make it work and get 2 more points. 24-21 now. Lady Eagles with a 3-point lead. 5:26 left to play in the second. Change the score bug to the second quarter. Wow, Armitage ends up on the floor, no foul called. She gets it to Mojica. Oh, Mojica tries a 3-point shot, in and out, won't fall, fight for the rebound. Again, where's the jump ball? Mojica tied her up, and there's no call. They leave it off for Benali. Sydney drives in and then kicks it out to 33, Randall, and she pops a tray from the left wing and ties it up, 24 all. Hobbs girls are going to have to win despite what's going on the court. Around the arc, Hargrove and then gets it to Armitage, and Armitage going to get called for the charge. As she took it from Mojica, drove the lane, and as she was underneath, she kind of lost her footing and tried to pass the ball while she was falling, and they called that on Wright. Okay, her second one. They called the block. And Hobbs inbounds, gets it to Brett Clay. Brett puts it up and in. Puts Hobbs up by 2 again, 26-24. Benali with the ball across timeline. Oh, a quick pass into Randall again. How many times is Hobbs going to fall for that? Randall off the pass, up and in, off an assist by Benali. Coming the other way, Hargrove's got it. We are tied, 26 all. Hargrove to Mojica. Mojica gets it over to Clay. Clay from the left corner puts it up and in, her second tray of the game, and puts Hobbs up 29-26. Hey, scoreboard's wrong again, guys. Scoreboard's wrong. They gave that 3 points to Matadors, the Lady Matadors on the scoreboard. Coming the other way, the Lady Matadors score. Randall puts it up and in again, and now finally they're going to get the scoreboard changed. 29-28, Hobbs with a 1-point lead. They bring it down. This is a very physical game, and the who knows, you never know how the call is going to go. But as Hobbs is fighting and passing the ball around, although they need to sharpen up their passes, they're leaving themselves vulnerable to physicality like that by not having sharp, crisp, determined passing. So a timeout is taken by Joey Carpenter with the score 29-28. And I believe it'll be Hobbs' ball, I believe, when they come back out of this. It's just a 30-second timeout. We're keeping it right here. Wow, it's kind of a free-for-all. Bodies come sort of flying everywhere, bumping in. It's there have been, in my mind, there should have been 2 or 3 jump ball calls, and they're just letting them play through it. And if that's consistent and you know what to expect as a player, then you know what you need to do. Yes, Hobbs' ball coming out of the timeout. Mojica looking for somebody to get it to. She gets it to Clay, top of the arc. Clay getting double teamed. Now she drives the lane, puts up a shot from the left. It won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound. And finally, well, she stands there, and two Lady Matador players trying to rip it out of her hands. And they do finally call the jump ball. It goes the way the Hobbs. And now Mojica inbounds to Armitage. Back to Mojica. Mojica thinking about the three. Kicks over to Armitage, top of the key. Over to Clay, back to Armitage. Armitage pulls back midcourt. Calling for some man-to-man defense. Tight coverage by Sandia. They leave it off for Hargrove. Hargrove working in on the left wing. Bounce pass into Clay. Clay plants her foot, then thinks better of it. Pulls out, pulls back beyond the arc. Gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove looking for room to Armitage. Armitage drives across the baseline, puts up a shot, and in. Armitage with 2 more points, has 4 in the game, makes it 31-28. Hobbs girls just can't, and then Benali bringing it all the way down the court, loses a handle on it, and it goes out of bounds. Clean, no foul, no foul. Sandia wants a foul, and I'm telling you, there was no foul, and the ref saw it that way too. So it's simply a turnover. Hobbs ball. Mojica's got it, brings it down, top of the arc to Clay, to Armitage on the left wing. Armitage back to Hargrove, top of the arc. Getting worked on hard by Wright. Drives in the lane, puts it up, won't fall. Oh no, and this time it is Sandia. That's a Wright with the rebound. She brings it down. Nope, that's Giddings with the rebound. She brings it down, gonna put up a shot from the right, and is getting double teamed by Hobbs, and they're gonna call that. It could go either way. She was in a Hobbs sandwich, and they're gonna call that on Kendall Cunningham. First foul on Kendall. Kendall played with 4 fouls on her during the last quarter last night. There were 2 or 3 Hobbs girls with 4 fouls on them, and the first shot by Giddings is up and good. First trip to the line. She had a 3-pointer, now has 4 points in the game, makes it 31-29. 2 minutes, 9 seconds left to play in this second quarter here in the third place game of the Albuquerque Metro Tournament in the girls bracket at Highland High School. Second shot up, no good. Cunningham with a rebound, and she gets it over to Cepeda in the game now. Cepeda to Clay. Clay drives outside the arc to Cunningham. To Manise in the left wing. Manise leaves it off for Mojica. Mojica backing up. No room to take a 3-point shot. Bounces into Clay. Clay kicks it out to Cepeda. Cepeda from the right wing. Pulls the trigger on a tray and buries it 34-29. Cepeda has 5 points in the game as Coach Carpenter making subs. Manise, Cepeda, both in the game now. As Armitage came out. Lady Matadors now working the ball outside the arc. That's a Benali working against Cepeda, top of the arc. Moves it, moving it. They kick it out. Oh, and a bad pass picked up by Clay. A nice steal. She takes it coast to coast, up and in from the left. That's how you do it. 36-29. Hobbs can't let off the gas. This is a good time to try to stretch out the lead. Again, that is Benali with the ball. That's Kaya Benali. She passes it off, a pass in the lane to their number 11, who does not miss from point-blank range, and she's got 2 trays as well. Montano puts it up and in, 36-31. Hobbs coming back the other way quickly. Manise has got it to Clay, back to Manise. Manise pops the trigger and does not fall. And Sandia with the rebound. That is Giddings, one of their top rebounders, denying Hobbs a second look at the basket. And Hobbs was beaten in rebounding by La Cueva yesterday. That was one of the differences in the game. But they're doing a better job on the boards tonight. In fact, Cunningham's got already 6 rebounds, just her alone. Sandia coming back the other way, working it outside the arc. That is Sydney Benali driving the lane. A bounce pass is a bad one. It's picked up. It's stolen by Clay. She gives it to Manise. Manise drives in and puts up the layup from the right side. Manise with 2 points to go with a tray. Makes it 38-31. Hobbs a 7-point lead, the most they've had here against Sandia. That's Sydney Benali in the lane, kicks it out to Kaya Benali. Whoa, from the left wing, Kaya pops the 3. And at the end of the second quarter, brings the Matadors, Lady Matadors, up to 34 points. So at halftime, your score is 38-34. Lady Eagles with the lead. And we'll take a timeout back with your halftime show here in the third place game of the Albuquerque Metro Tournament at Highland High School in Albuquerque. And you're listening and watching. Well, you're listening, can't watch, but you're listening to Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Highland High School in Albuquerque. It's the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. Your third place game today, Lady Eagles versus Lady Matadors of Sandia. And your halftime score, 38-34, Hobbs leading by 4. They were leading at the end of the first quarter as well, 21-17. Same 4-point lead there. Keep in mind, though, Hobbs was leading last night all the way against La Cueva and ended up falling by 3 points by the end of the game, but they led all 3 quarters up until that final one. So that's certainly they're in the right direction. They're moving in the right direction. They have fixed some things. They're taking care of the ball better. Not as many turnovers tonight. They're rebounding a little bit better against Sandia as well, but Sandia is keeping it close. And here is the scoring so far for Sandia. Leading scorer right now is Nadia Randa with 12 points, 2 of them trays. Also, then you've got Olivia Montano with 8 points in the game. You have Kaya Benali with 5 points. You have Hope Giddings with 4 points and 5 rebounds. You have, Sydney Benali with 4 points, a couple of rebounds, 2 assists as well. And then you have Emily Bustos with 2 points. And then you've got Audrey Wright with 3 rebounds and Chloe Brown with 1 rebound. And that adds up to 34 points for the Lady Matadors of Sandia. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles, leading scorer is Brett Clay with 13 points, 2 of them trays. And she's got 3 rebounds to go with that. Then you've got Nakai Mojica with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. You've got Kaisla Manise with 5 points, 1 of them a tray. Madison Cepeda, 5 points, 1 of them a tray. You've got Aliana Armitage with 4 points and a rebound. And Bryn Hargo with 3 points, a rebound, and assist. Kylie Cunningham with 2 points and 7 rebounds. And not a lot of fouls called anyway. It's a pretty physical game that the refs are letting them play through it. And as long as it's called both ways. You find this a lot in tournaments where, there's, I think, pressure, to stay on time. And so you see games getting a little more physical. But again, if it's called pretty evenly on both sides, it's not a problem. But Hobbs, you win some, you lose some. It's can't do a lot of complaining over the calling so far, except that there seem to have been some tie balls maybe that weren't called, and some physicality that maybe wasn't called. But again, I'm not going to complain about the refereeing, because if you leave yourselves in the hands of if you're making mistakes, turning over the ball and doing things, and leave your hands in and depending on favorable calls, then you shouldn't be doing that as a team. That's it's a bad position to put yourself in. So you want to do the best you can in every way to call your own destiny, right? To be in charge of your own destiny in the games. And they're certainly doing it. They're playing a cleaner game tonight, and they're missing fewer shots. The Hobbs girls are missing fewer shots. When they're taking them, they're making them for the most part. They are letting some rebounds go, a few here and there, but they're doing a better job on the boards overall. So they're leading. They're on the scoreboard. You can't complain when you're leading. They're up by 4 at halftime, 38-34. But that's certainly not enough to be comfortable. They need to stretch that out if they can against Sandia, who is a little more spread out in terms of their scoring on on the board, and they're rebounding as well. Sandia has turned the ball over only once or twice more than Hobbs so far. Not a lot of turnovers in this game by either team, and nobody at the line much. Nakaya Mojica is 1 for 2 at the line for Hobbs, and I think she's the only girl that's been to the line. And on the other side, Hope Giddings is 1 for 1. And I believe she's the only Lady Matador to go to the free throw line as well. So an interesting first half, pretty fast paced. Both of these teams, good, well conditioned, and well coached. Sandia, and they come into this on 12-1, ranked number 3 in New Mexico 5A. You wouldn't expect any less. And you wouldn't expect anything less from the Hobbs and Lady Eagles, with a good showing so far as well, but they got to put together an equally good or better second half to beat Sandia and take third place in this tournament. So getting ready to get the second half underway, and here we are. Nakaya Mojica inbounds from center court, gets it to Cunningham, back to Mojica. Mojica leaves it off for Clay. Clay drives over from the right to the left and leaves it off for Armitage. She drives in the lane, backs up, spin move, puts it up. No good. A fight for the rebound. Coming in, trying to fight for it is Hargrove, but she loses the battle, and instead they get it and send it down the court to Wright. She puts it up and won't fall, and the ball's loose on the court. Fight for it. Not an actual rebound, just a recovery. A 3-ball attempt up, no good, and Clay with another rebound, her 4th. She brings it down, gives it off to Hargrove in the left corner. Hargrove tries a shot. It does not fall, but she is fouled, and she will go to the line. That's who they call. They call that on 14, Wright. That is her 3rd foul. And it will put Hargrove at the line, as Wright was guarding Hargrove in the left corner. And even though Hargrove, she tried the shot, it didn't fall, but she is at the free throw line. Her first trip here, and up and good. Makes it 39-34. Hargrove with 4 points in the game now. She popped a tray in the first half. Now it's 39-34. Just barely into this third quarter. And up, and that one is good as well. So good job for Hargrove at the line, putting Hobbs up 40-34. Oh, okay. And there is a third shot. So Hargrove will have a chance to make 3 from the line, and that one's good as well. So good job. 41-34, a 7-point lead for Hobbs. Sydney Benali has it, getting worked on by Armitage. Drives across center line, pulls up outside the right side, the right arc. Now a little bump foul. They don't call that. Armitage bumped into her, but they call it incidental contact. A pass in the lane, then they kick it back out, and then they kick it out top of the arc. A bounce pass, almost stolen away. Benali ends up on the floor. That's Sydney, and a jump ball is called as Mojica is on the other side. Both girls on the floor with a hand on the ball. And it's going to go, the arrow goes to Sandia this time. It's going to be Randall inbounding from in front of the Sandia bench. They get it to Sydney Benali. She tries a 3, won't fall. Ooh, good rebound. Cunningham skies up and gets that one. Gives it to Hargrove, brings it down left side, gets it to Armitage. Armitage drives, kicks it back out to Hargrove. Outside the arc, leaves it off for Clay. Clay, top of the arc, drives in the lane, then kicks it out. I think it was blocked out by Giddings, touched it as the pass was headed for Mojica. Goes out of bounds. Mojica inbounds in front of the Hobbs bench to Clay. Clay driving in, trying to find room, getting guarded pretty good, and she puts it up and in. Nice muscle and determination by Clay. She was working against Randall. Randall gets called for the foul, and that's Randall's shrugging like, hey, I didn't do anything. That's her second foul on Randall. She will come out, and Randall comes out. That was a 22. Bustos goes out, and Randall comes in. And that was Wright, called for the foul. Oh, and up and good by Clay. Nice one. Makes it 42-34. That is Wright. Passes across the timeline. Hargrove picks it off. Nice steal. Gives it to Armitage. Armitage takes it up and in. You can't just guess It doesn't fall. Sydney Benali with the rebound and takes it in and then gives it to number 33, Randall, off of an assist. She puts it up and in. So, sorry, my score bug wigged out on me just briefly. Come on. All right, so 44-34 is your score here. And do they have that wrong again? 36, yes. 44-36 is your score. Hobbs with an 8-point lead and a timeout, just a 30, taken by Coach Carpenter. We're here in the third quarter. Out of the timeout, 6 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the third. And out of the timeout, it'll be Hobbs basketball. Clay will inbound. Gives it to Hargrove. At the other end of the court, Hargrove crosses the timeline right side, getting worked on by Benali. Hargrove going in, passes out to Clay, and Clay just not, there was a miscommunication. And just a bad pass. It goes out of bounds. That's a turnover for Hobbs. Give it to Sandia. They inbound, get it to Sydney Benali. Benali drives in, kicks it out to Wright. Wright gonna send it over and almost loses the basketball, but doesn't. They drive in and give it to 11. She puts up a shot, won't fall, and Clay with the rebound. Good one, brings it down. Gives it off to Mojica. Mojica drives the lane, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to call the offensive foul? No. Yep. They're going to call a foul on Cunningham away from the ball? They are. Boy. Okay. So Cunningham, that's her second foul. And it's on the floor. Sandia will inbound in front of the scorer's table. They get it to Sydney Benali. Benali drives across center lane, or center court. Over to the left. Three-point shot is up. No good. It's an air ball, but Montano with the rebound and gives it to Randall. Randall drives the lane up and in for 2 points. 44-38. Hobbs brings it down. Hargrove to Mojica. Mojica gives it to Clay. Clay drives in the lane, puts it up. There was a flop by Brown. She wants a foul, didn't get it. Clay with 2 more points makes it 46-38. Back to an 8-point lead by Hobbs. Sydney Benali with the ball, drives in the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound. Gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove with a nice no-look pass to Clay. Clay to Armitage. Armitage tries to put up a 3-point shot from the right wing, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It was controlled by Randall, and then a bounce pass over to Wright. Wright brings it down top of the arc, drives the lane, working against Mojica, puts it up and in from the left. 2 points. Makes it 46-40 now. 6-point lead by Hobbs. They bring the ball down, get it to Clay on the left wing, leaves it off for Armitage. Armitage drives in, drives the lane, puts up a little shot, and it goes. Armitage finding the bottom of the net that time, looking much better with that layup attempt. 48-40. 8-point lead. Sydney Benali's got it. Brings it down. Top of the arc. Getting worked on hard. Then leaves it off for number 11, Montano. And from pops her third tray of the game. Makes it 48-33. Mojica coming down the other way. Gives it to Armitage. Armitage trying to pass it to Hargrove in the left. It's tipped out of bounds by Sandia, so it'll stay Hobbs' ball. Lady Eagles with a 5-point lead, 3:47 left to play in the third. They inbound, get it to Clay. Clay muscles in and won't take no for an answer. Turnaround jumper and finds the bottom of the net, 50-43. Sydney Benali with a long pass down the court. And then they get it in the hands of Wright, and she pops a tray. Makes it 50-46. Back to a 4-point lead by Hobbs. Hargrove brings it down, leaves it off for Wright. She drives the lane, loses the handle on it, gets it back. Bounce pass to Mojica. Mojica trying to get it back to Wright. Bad pass. Benali picks it up. And then tries to pass all the way over into the left corner to Montano. Problem was Montano wasn't there yet. It goes out of bounds across the Sandia bench. So it's a turnover. Give it to Hobbs. And we have a lot of subs coming in for Hobbs as Let's see, Hargrove, Mojica, Armitage all come out. And a full timeout is called by the Lady Eagles. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Out of the Hobbs timeout, we're back. 50-46 is your score. Hobbs with a 4-point lead. We're in the third quarter as time ticks down. And out of this Hobbs timeout, and Hobbs making a lot of subs. Manise is in, Cepeda is in, Cunningham and Clay stay in, and who's going to be the fifth girl? We need a fifth girl. Hello. Oh, there she is. Cepeda and Size. So Hobbs inbounds, 3:05 left to play in the third. Oh, they give it to Cepeda. Cepeda is driving down, and they actually call her for the offensive foul, saying she bumped into both Brown and Wright. So Sandia inbounds, turnover by Hobbs, second of the third quarter. Sandia passes it around the outside of the arc, puts up a three-point shot, won't fall. Cunningham underneath the basket for the rebound. Passes it off to Size. Size leaves it off for Manise. Manise looking for room. Sandia with good coverage gets it into Clay. Clay turns around, trying to muscle in. This time it doesn't work, and Brown takes the ball away. Gives it off to Sydney Benali. 50-46, 4-point lead by Hobbs. 2:26 left to play in the third. As, a pass intercepted, and who was that who took it? Manise with the steal. Gives it to Size, and Size pops the tray from the right corner. She had 4 trays in the game last night. Makes it 53-46. 2:06 left to play. Sandia coming down the other way. They get it to Benali. Benali drives the lane, pulls up with a little floater, little jumper, and it goes up and in. So Sydney Benali with 2 more points. She's got 6 in the game. 53-48. Hobbs coming the other way. Clay leaves it off for Size. Size moves it around center court. Then to Manise in the right wing. Manise into Clay. Clay thinks about the jumper. Now drives. And she pushed. She did. Clay is going to be called for the charge. And they're going to, she did. A little too blatant to get away with that. So give the ball over to Sandia. That's just the first foul on Clay. Sandia makes a big pass down court to Montano in the left corner. She drives across the baseline and puts up a little 10-foot floater up and in. So 53-50 now. Whoa. Hobbs coming the other way. Clay with the ball. Clay out to Cepeda. Cepeda drives in, drives the lane, and loses the ball. And then Clay, Cunningham, yes, they call it a jump ball. I was going to say, Cepeda loses the ball. Wright picks it up. Cunningham gets a hand on it, and finally they do call the jump ball, and the arrow goes the way to Hobbs. Cepeda going to inbound, looking for somebody. She does. She gets it out to Clay. Clay takes it top of the arc, kicks it out, gives it to Cunningham in the right corner. Was 3-point range or not? Nope, just 2. Cunningham with 2 more points, though. Nice shot. And now a long pass down the court to Montano in the left corner. She tries a 3. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's going to come down and controlled by Benali. That's Kaya Benali. She pulls back midcourt, gets it into Wright. Wright pulls up, tries a 20-foot jumper, won't fall. And it's going to be Clay with the rebound. Clay gets it over to Size. Passing all the way down to Cepeda, right in front of the Hobbs bench. It goes out of bounds, so that's a turnover by Hobbs, their third of this third quarter. 34.4 seconds left to play in the third. Lady Eagles are up 55-50. Sandia inbounds right in front of the scorer's table. They get it to Kaya Benali. Benali kicks it over to Brown. Brown right wing. Then they pass all the way back over to Benali in the left corner. Now to Sydney Benali. Sydney kicks it out to Kaya Benali. Kaya Tykes pulls the trigger on a three. It won't fall. And the fight for the rebound, Zapata comes down with it. Zapata loses the handle on it. She's getting worked on by Kaya Benali. And it goes out of bounds off of that intense defensive pressure. But it was off of Benali. So Zapata has it, gets it into Clay. Back to Zapata. Zapata drives in, kicks it to Cunningham on the right wing. Cunningham looking for room. A bad pass is picked off by Sydney Benali, intended for Clay. The steal, Benali takes it all the way, and she is, are they going to call it on her? Nope. She was driving the lane, and she got fouled. It's on the floor, but they are going to call the foul. Are they going to call it on Clay? Nope, they're going to call it on Sice. So, first foul on Sice on the floor. It'll be Sandia basketball to the right of their own basket. And that's number 11, Montano inbounding. Oh, they get it to Randall right there. No, right, number 13. They get it to Giddings right underneath the basket, and she puts it up and in. So 55-52, a three-point lead by Hobbs. And Sandia wants to take a full timeout. So we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. Almost the end of the third quarter. Hobbs with a three-point lead. It's exciting. We'll be back on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from the Albuquerque Metro Tournament here at Highland High School. We are deep into the third quarter, and Hobbs with a slim three-point lead, 55-52 over Sandia in this third-place game in the Metro Tournament. And out of the Sandia timeout, it will be Sandia basketball after a foul was called on the floor. Sandia will inbound midcourt, get it to Sydney Benali. Benali comes across center court, passes off to the left, passes back to Brown, top of the arc, then back to Sydney on the right wing, getting worked on by Clay. Man-to-man defense, pretty tight. Hobbs keeping him out of the paint. A pass into right, though, and actually the pass was into Bustos. Bustos, a bounce pass to right. Right picks up the ball, trying to control it to take a shot, and is fouled by Kendall Cunningham. So that's going to be the third foul on Kendall. 7:39. Oh, that was out of the, that was the fourth quarter. The start of the fourth quarter here. And up and good as Giddings at the line to shoot one. Now she's 2 of 2 at the line. Going to shoot another one. And out of not the timeout, but the change of quarter. Fourth quarter underway. Giddings makes the second one, makes it 55-54. Just a 1-point lead by Hobbs here in the fourth. Hobbs brings it down. Oh, beautiful work as Hargrove drives across the baseline, and give and go to Mojica, who puts it up and in. And answering almost immediately is Sandia. 57-56, Hobbs with a 1-point lead. They've got the ball. And almost out of bounds. Armitage trying to save it. Actually gets it in, and it's picked off by Sydney Benali. Sydney takes the ball all the way, drives the lane. It won't fall, tries to put up a shot. Mojica picks it up. She drives in, a little a nice jumper, not in three-point range, but just behind the free throw line, makes it 59-56. So Hobbs with a 3-point lead, 6:38 left to play in this game. It is coming down to the wire, very much like the game against La Cueva last night. Hobbs would like to end up on the winning end of this one this time tonight, though. And Sandia with the ball, looking for room. Hobbs keeping them out of the paint. They're just passing around the outside of the arc. That's Brown with it right now to Sydney Benali. Benali finally drives in, stops, and in three-point range. And I think, yep, she was just outside the arc. Pops a tray. Wow, Sydney Benali with a three-pointer ties it up. 59 all. 6 minutes left to play in this game. Hobbs with the ball, working outside the arc. Mojica leaves it off for Cunningham, leaves it off for Hargrove. Hargrove works around top of the key, leaves it off for Armitage. Armitage dribbles across, now gets into the arc and gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham tries to drive through, muscles up and puts it up and in and draws the foul. Yes! Cunningham muscling in, drives in, puts up a shot, working against Wright, and they're going to call that, I think it's on, no, not on, they're going to call that on Randall. So that's the third foul on Randall, and it puts Cunningham at the line. Cunningham now has 6 points in the game. Make it, spins in and out, no good. But we're at 61-59 now. Oh, and the rebound and a putback. Armitage. Nice. So 63-59, Benali with the ball. Sydney Benali across the timeline, getting worked on by Hargrove. Stops midcourt, kicks it over to the left. Hobbs man-to-man coverage to get into Sydney Benali. She pulls up, tries a jumper, won't fall, and Clay up with the rebound. Working the boards, brings it down to Hargrove. Hargrove back to Clay. Clay pulls the trigger on a three from the top of the arc and buries it. 66-59. Hobbs girls, wow, pulling away by 7 points. 5:04 left to play, and Sandia, the Lady Eagles taking the timeout now, and it is a full one, so we'll be back in 30 seconds. Lady Eagles back with a 7-point lead. Just a few minutes left to play in this one. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Hobbs Sport. Hobbs, the Lady Eagles on the Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. It is a tight game as Hobbs is leading now 66-59 with just 5 minutes, 4 seconds left on the clock. Still 7 points against this team, against Sandia. You can't feel comfortable. Hobbs has got to try to make every point they can, try to stretch this out, protect their lead and increase it if they can. Sandia's timeout, so they've got the ball underneath the Hobbs basket. Sydney Benali brings it down across the timeline. Center court, getting worked on by Armitage. Passes over to the left. A pass to Brown in the left corner. She works it back around, drives the lane, kicks it out to Wright. Tries a three-point shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, literally on the floor. Clay gets it, but gives it off to, and there's a pass over, and it's actually Randall who comes over, takes the pass on the assist, and puts a 2 points in a layup from the left side. 66-61, Hobbs with the ball, comes down the other way. Hargrove's got it, top of the arc, drives in, thinks about it, now finishes her dribble, passes it off to Clay. Clay to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Clay. Back to Hargrove. Out to Nakaya Mojica on the right side. Nakaya drives in the lane and tries to put up a shot, but they're going to call the foul. And they're going to call that on Sydney Benali. Benali, who was guarding Mojica. It's on the floor. So Hargrove will inbound from in front of the Hobbs bench. Gets it to Clay, back to Hargrove. She drives in the lane, loses the ball. Oh, are they going to call Hargrove for the charge, or they're going to call the block? As Hargrove ends up, she takes a hard fall, gets up limping. And, man, Hargrove took kind of a bad fall. She came down funny, I think, on that left ankle and that left knee. And they're going to call that on number 33, Randall. So it puts Hargrove at the line. Hargrove eyes it, skies it, buries it. She is 4 of 4 at the line. All 4 of her points in the second half coming from the free throw line. Makes it 67-61. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left to play. Second one is up and in as well. Great clutch free throws at the line. 68-61. Hobbs back to a 7-point lead. But with a team that can pop the trays like Sandia, that's not a big lead, but it is the lead. And Hobbs can work it and maybe increase it. Hang on to that lead, maybe increase it. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left to work with. Sandia gives it to Benali. Benali brings it down, leaves it off for Giddings. Giddings all the way over there to right on the left side. Then they give it to Randall in the lane. She puts it up and no good. And Hobbs with the rebound. They give it to Armitage. Armitage brings it down. Now Cepeda in the game. Kicks it back to Armitage. Kind of sloppy ball handling here, but Armitage drives in the lane, puts up a shot, and are they going to call her? They are. They're going to call Armitage for the charge. That's her third foul. And give the ball over to Sandia. 3:44 left. It did eat up a little clock. Armitage comes out. And Hargrove is back in with Cepeda, Mojica, Cunningham, and Clay. So Sydney Benali gets the ball, brings it down across the timeline, center court. They gives it to Randall. Randall thinks about popping a shot, doesn't. Passes it back out. Now Sydney Benali puts up a shot way short, and Sandia tries to save it, pushes it back in, and picked up by Mojica. They bring it down. Mojica gives it to Cepeda, and Cepeda pulls up outside the arc on the left side from the left wing, pops a tray, makes it 71-61. Hobbs up by 10 with 3:11 left to play, and Hobbs with another timeout. And let's see, I think it's a full one. If it is it a full one or just a 30? They're talking about it. Yeah, it is a full minute. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from the Albuquerque Metro Tournament at Highland High School in Albuquerque.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. Out of the Lady Eagle timeout, 71-61. The Hobbs Lady Eagles stretching it out here in the fourth quarter. 10-point lead against Sandia, but Sandia will have the ball to inbound down in front of the Hobbs basket. They give it to Sydney Benali. Sydney is going to work it down court against Cepeda on the right side. Pass it into right. Right drives the lane, going to put up a shot and denied. Cunningham takes it away. Gives it to Cepeda. Cepeda all the way down, getting double teamed and tying up the ball and take it away is Sydney Benali. Benali tries to put it up and in, and she does from the right side. No foul called. No. As a very physical. Hobbs bringing it down the other way. Hargrove across the timeline to Clay. Clay passes over Cunningham on the left wing. Back to Clay. Clay moving it around the arc. Hobbs just going to hang on to it for a while. Hargrove to Clay. Clay drives in, pulls up a little shot. Oh, a nice little 10-foot jumper. A floater goes in. 2 more points for Clay, and this one makes it 73-63. Back to a 10-point lead. 2:14 left to play. Sydney Benali drives in, tries to put it up, passes it over to Randall. Doesn't fall, but Clay pulls down the rebound. Brings it down, stops short. Top of the arc to Cunningham, back to Clay. A flop by a Sandia player goes down. No foul called because there was no foul committed. And then they give it to Nakaya Mojica. Mojica pops the tray. I believe that was Mojica. So now Sydney Benali brings it down the court, center court, getting worked on Cepeda. 76-63 is your score. A minute and a half left to play. Sydney Benali with a shot up, no good. Cunningham with the rebound brings it down to Hargrove. All Hobbs has to do is kind of hang on to the ball. They're going to pass it out. Cunningham over to Cepeda on the left wing. Sydney Benali pushes the ball out, but Cepeda gets it back over to Clay. Now over to Hargrove. Hargrove getting worked on by Benali. To Clay. Hobbs just going to hang on to it, work the ball around the arc, make Sandia foul them with a 13-point lead. A minute 4 left to play in this one. And finally, they're going to call the foul, I think, on Wright against Clay. Yep, they do. They call it on Wright. Finally, a minute 1 second left to play. Hobbs, barring any miracles, looks like they are going to win this one. 76-63, your score right now. And Hobbs with some substitutes in. You've got Manise, Armitage, and Size coming in. Hargrove and Clay stay. They inbound it, get it to Hargrove across the timeline. Up, she loses the ball, gets it back, and now a backcourt violation. Turn it over to Sandia. 52 seconds left to play. Hobbs with a 13-point lead, though, in this one, and Hobbs with a timeout. So 52 seconds left to play. Hobbs just can't afford to get completely sloppy here, but 13 points in less than a minute is asking a lot of any team to try to overcome that. So it does look favorable for Hobbs to win this one and take third place in this Albuquerque Metro tournament. This game, Hobbs versus Sandia, was a lot of people coming into this tournament would have said that it was going to end up being these two teams playing for the championship. Volcano Vista upset Sandia, and Hobbs upset by La Cueva last night. So now these two teams playing for third place. 52.4 seconds left. Hobbs out of their timeout will inbound midcourt. Size gets it to Clay. Clay in the backcourt still finally comes across timeline just in time. Center court gets it to Manise in the right corner. She's getting worked on by Migliore and is going to get fouled by Migliore. So Manise will go to the line. And this is her first trip to the line. She's got 5 points in the game, one of them a tray. Those points coming in the first half. And it's up and good as Manise buries it. Pretty much puts it completely out of reach for sure. 77-63, 14-point lead by Hobbs. Second one up and good as well. So Caseland pretty much put the nails in the coffin. They were pretty much in there anyway by this point. So Sandia will inbound, get it all the way down to Brown. Brown pulls up, shoots. It's short. Fight for the rebound. And Hargrove comes up with it. Hargrove going to push. Nope. Gives it off to Manise. Manise pushes in, pulls it out to Clay. Clay gets it to Size. Size puts up a shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. I mean, a literal almost fist fight, as there were 4 girls fighting for it. Manise and Armitage against Migliore and Giddings, and the arrow goes the way of Hobbs. So Hargrove will inbound just to the right of the Hobbs basket. And she gets it in Armitage. Armitage takes it top of the key. 18 seconds left to play. 78-63 is your score. Hobbs leading as they're just going to pass it around the outside of the arc. Hargrove to Manise. Manise back to Hargrove on the right side. Hargrove drives across the baseline, kicks it over to Size. Size to Armitage. Armitage just going to hold on to the ball, and the buzzer will sound. And your Hobbs Lady Eagles have won. 78-63 is your final score. 78-63, Hobbs wins the third place trophy in this one. A disappointment for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. I know they wanted to play for the championship. They wanted to win this tournament, at least be in that championship game, but they did play well against Sandia and finally just really wore them down. So Hobbs beating Sandia to take third place in the Albuquerque Metro tournament. 78-63 final score. I'm Dawn Morgan, back in just a few minutes to wrap this one up. I don't know if Coach will come up and talk with us or not. I hope he will, but we'll just have to see. So we'll be back to wrap this one up. Hobbs Lady Basketball Hobbs Lady Eagles on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the wrap after the Hobbs Lady Eagles defeated Sandia 78-63 here to take third place in the Albuquerque Metro Tournament at Highland High School. The finals taking place here. And I believe I don't know what game is going to follow this one. But I do know that the championship for the girls bracket, that game we played at 6 tonight. But the Hobbs girls just did a nice job. They were ahead all the way in this one. They were ahead at the end of the first quarter, 21-17. At the end of the second, at halftime, 38-34. They were ahead at the end of the third. And then they ended up winning 78-63 against Sandia. Hobbs goes up 16 wins and 2 losses on the season with this. Sandia drops to 12-2 on the season with this loss. Here's how we got there. We'll start with Sandia And their leading point scorer was Nadia Randall with 18 points. A couple of rebounds to go with that. I did a much better job keeping up with Hobbs' rebounds than with Sandia. But I know that Randall had at least a couple of rebounds, so she may have had more in that first half. But she ended up with 18 points. And then next was Olivia Montano with 13 points and a couple of rebounds. She had 3 trays in the game. Sydney Benali hit 1 3-pointer. And next in line was Sydney Benali with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She had the 1 tray. Let's see, after 11 points, it goes down to 8 points, except for Giddings, Hope Giddings with 8 points, 5 rebounds. And then it goes down to Kaya Benali with 5 points and a rebound. Audrey Wright with 5 points, 5 rebounds. Then you've got 2 points and a rebound for Bustos, 2 points for Baker, and then 2 rebounds and a steal for Chloe Brown. So that is how Sandia got to their 63 points. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles, top scorer today is Brett Clay with 20 points and 8 rebounds. She also had a couple of steals in there and an assist as well. And after Clay, then I believe it's Nakaya Mojica with 13 points. 13 points. She also had 4 rebounds and a couple of steals. Then it is 8 points each for Aliana Armitage and for Madison Cepeda. Madison hit a tray. She also had a rebound. Armitage had a couple of rebounds. And then it is Bryn Hargrove with 8 points as well. There were 3 Lady Eagles with 8 points in the game. Bryn had 8 points, and one of them was a tray. She had a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists, and a steal to go with that. Kendall Cunningham had 6 points, 12 rebounds, a steal, and an assist. She did a great job on the tray. 2 coming at the free throw line, and Carolina Seiss with 3 points in the game, a tray. And I believe that's it. That's right. That's how we get to 78 points for your Hobbs Lady Eagles. So again, a good effort as they led all the way and stretched it out in that fourth quarter and really put the nails in the coffin against Sandia to win their 16th game of the season. And next up for the Hobbs girls, they'll be off all week, nursing some wounds. Hopefully Jayla David with her bruised tailbone. She is listed day-to-day, game-to-game. Don't know if she'll make it on Friday. Hobbs girls come right back up here, not all the way into Albuquerque, but to Moriarty against Farmington on Friday night, the 19th, and we'll be here. That is the next Hobbs Lady Eagle game, and I'll be here with that coverage right here. If the Hobbs boys are playing that night, then it'll be on Lee County News and Sports YouTube with video. Otherwise, it'll be on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 for your Hobbs girls. So good effort, a much better played game tonight against a tough team. Sandia came in and made it very interesting. It was very close for a full 3 quarters until the fourth quarter, and the Hobbs girls were able to pull away and win it 78-63 final score. So congratulations to our Lady Eagles, and we'll have the next game next Friday. And in the meantime, the Hobbs boys played a good game against Hope Christian today. It went into overtime, and the Hobbs boys ended up losing that one 77-72 this morning in that game. But your Lady Eagles victorious this afternoon, and that's it. Our coverage of this tournament in Albuquerque is done, and it's going to be in the 5A final later tonight at 6 o'clock. It's going to be Volcano Vista playing against La Cueva for the Albuquerque Metro Girls title in 5A. So that's it. I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long. Thank you very much to Tiff Stuber and to Alina Muro for producing and engineering this afternoon. And thank you for watching and listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, Eagle 100.5. Safe travels to all of our team and families and fans back to Hobbs this afternoon or tomorrow. Thank you very much. I'm Dawn Morgan signing off from Albuquerque, the Metro Tournament at Highland High School. Good evening.
Thank you for listening to and watching the Hobbs Lady Eagles from Eagle 100.5. Today's game was brought to you by the First American Bank of Hobbs, Hobbs Express, The Coffee House, Devon Energy, Hobbs Rental, Hydrotech Services, and SunGuard. Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball also proudly presented by The Model, Robinson & Associates Real Estate, Lasco Construction, Forest Tire Company, Eunice Pump and Supply, NMR Pipeline, Thriftway and La Tienda Grocery Stores, and the Lee County State Bank. Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5, the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Eagle 100.5 Facebook page and app have been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Eagle 100.5 Sports. Now back to all the rock that matters on KEJL, Humble City Hobbs, K263AZ Hobbs, Eagle 100.5.
We're burning all our bridges, one song at a time. 100.5 is